This is a NAS 32 Rev 6, and I've been having some problems with it today, and I want to document what I did to get things working. First thing is, if you see this green light blinking, then you're usually good to go. And then you can go up and you can click connect in the Cleanflight. But every once in a while, you'll get an issue where it won't connect. And you'll usually notice that this green light is not blinking. You'll just have a solid blue light. And that means that your board is stuck in a mode where it's trying to accept software. What you have to do at that point is you have to go over to this tab right here, firmware flasher. What you want to do is you want to select your firmware. So like 2.4.0 wasn't working for me, that's why I kept getting locked out. But 2.3.2 worked fine for me. So it might be a version of the software, you got to try some different stuff, but anyway. For me, I had to have these on, and manual baud rate for this board had to be 11.5200. So anyway, what you do at this point is you unplug USB either from the computer or from the board, then plug it back in and watch here to see if this fills up. If it gives you a red bar and gives you an issue, what you need to do is connect, you can barely see it, these two little squares right there where it says boot. You need to connect those together. I use tweezers once. I used the end of a lightning bolt cable another time. And if you have to, sometimes the connection won't get made too well, but like when you have those connected and you plug in the USB, then it should work. Then it should start loading. If it doesn't, then your connection's probably bad, and try again. But you know, sometimes it's taking me like 3 times. You'll start to see this bar fill up, and then once it's done, you should see the green light. If you don't see the green light, then you have a bad OS for your board. And so try a different OS, but eventually you'll get a green light. Once the green light's blinking, then go to connect up here, and you should be able to connect just fine. Now what happens is if you disconnect and you can't reconnect, or if you unplug your board, like so for example, unplug my board, goes black, and then I plug it back in. See, my green light's blinking again, but sometimes it will just go back to stay in, it'll stay locked in the boot mode. And so you won't get the green light. You can't connect, it'll give you the same issue again, and it's a little bit aggravating. So what I did was, I reflashed, and once I got in, I connected, and once I was connected, I hooked up the battery, and then once the battery's hooked up, I unplugged the USB, and then, let's see, I plugged it, so the green light stayed on because it had battery power. Then I plugged it back in to the computer, and I was able to reconnect to Cleanflight. And then after I did that, it seemed like when I unplugged USB without battery power, because I unplugged the battery at this point, and I was able to do everything seamlessly. And it seems like that's the trick. I don't know, it must be something with the software. Maybe it's just for 2.3.2, but hopefully this helps somebody out.